follow me. I'll consider it. You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay 'em, but you won't take the sting out these words before I say 'em. Cause ain't no way I'ma let you stop me from causing mayhem. When I say I'ma do something, I do it. I don't give a what you think. I'm doing this for me. So the world feed it beans. It's gassed up. Everything's a
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Tuesday night in the NBA. It's going to be the Golden State Warriors up against...
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. One of the top caliber players we'll be watching is LeBron James.
Well, it's an almost impossible task guarding him. He's so strong and quick. LeBron is like a locomotive bearing down. You see why teams have to give hard fouls to stop him, because a little bit of contact just is not going to be enough to stop him.
Hey, Steve, a lot of contact isn't enough to stop the freight train LeBron James. I mean, he draws so much attention defensively, but what makes him special is how he can punish a defense for overcommitting, because I think his greatest attribute amongst all of his great attributes is his passing ability.
Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against Portland.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
It seemed the player who's really on his mind is John Wall. He said we've got to keep him out of transition and out of the paint. His jump shot is still a work in progress, and we're going to make him prove he can hit it consistently before we'll play out on him. Guys, that's going to be the MO on Wall until he can knock down that perimeter shot.
Thanks, Doris. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. About a minute played so far here in the first.
Yeah, the Warriors turnaround, I think, in large part because of the improvement defensively and on the boards last year. There was a 5 or 6 year stretch where Golden State was maybe the worst team in both categories in the entire league, but the schemes have changed, the personnel, the intent, the toughness, and it has all led to a new era for the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
So it's San Antonio now. It's a three-point game. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, you know, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really look tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
And back to the Warriors looking to pack the paint. If you want to get into a three-point shooting contest with them, well, I think they'd welcome that.
I agree. I mean, with the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, you can get sprayed in a hurry from all angles. I mean, those guys are terrific. But again, their improved defense and rebounding was a big part of their success as well.
And it's slammed in by Davis. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's Parker, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, you survey other point guards in the league and ask them who their toughest assignment is, and a lot of them will tell you it's Tony Parker. I mean, his ability to weave in and out at the speed he does just drives would-be defenders mad over the course of 4 quarters. Parker is always in attack mode.
First free throw is good. And Clark, you mentioned the penetration ability of Tony Parker. He really has become the focal point of the Spurs drive and kick offense, Steve. So fun to watch.
Yeah, you talk about his speed and quickness, but it's really all about the overall skill level, the ability to finish it in the lane, the knockdown jump shooting, the free throw shooting also improved. But it's incredible how well-rounded Parker has become.
Is he the fastest point guard, you think, in the NBA?
I would say yes.
Now here's LeBron. He's coming off a 22-point game against Portland.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Spurs trail by 3. Kicks it to Fields. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Fields has got his first basket of the night.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Oladipo misses. Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. On its way from Thornton for 2, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there. Good job there recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
43 seconds left to play here in the first. The dish to Fields. And he's good on the 3-ball. Fields has got his second bucket tonight. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Fields against LeBron. And there's the pass to Davis. Splitter. Ball stolen. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. Wall with some nice defense.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
LeBron outside. Outside, Wall. It's good from long range. Wall's got 6. Here's Parker. Can't hit. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Warriors. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter.
The Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with the age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And you look at the research, there is something to be said for not playing guys when they're fatigued because injuries are more likely if you play tired.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Mo Williams out there with McLemore. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Charlie Villanueva. And it's Mbaka Moute. And at the 3, the small forward. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, last year, Greg Popovich received a $250,000 fine from the league for sitting out his starters in that game against Miami. They cracked down, but it wasn't the first time he'd rested his top players on a back-to-back. Pop explained the philosophy this way, saying, quote, "We're making a wiser decision and not a macho decision. It's about health and safety of players so that we have a shot at the end of the year. If I was taking my son or daughter to the game, I'd be disappointed. So I understand that perspective. Hopefully, they'll understand my perspective. My priority is the basketball team and what is best for it. Guys, it's always a balancing act."
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. And back to the Spurs and their strategy of resting their star players, not without some controversy. The NBA, as you may recall, fined the Spurs and Coach Popovich for sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their 4th game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. And in that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
San Antonio with the ball after Enes Kanter's miss. Walters, and he drops him away up off the glass. Walters got his first 2 points of the night.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Now here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. Green with the ball. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
And they come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He was head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
Here's Walters. Anderson passes to Bogans. Back to Anderson. Here's Walters. Pass to Green. And Ennis Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Warriors. Splitter comes in for Ennis Kanter. And it's LeBron in for Mbahumute. Jackson kicks to Bogans. Fires from deep. Second shot opportunity. Score on no one. The Warriors have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Passes it to Williams. Some nice passing by Golden State. Lead with the block. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. Number 1, the Spurs.
Kevin, this squad had some great passers. I'm talking about outstanding passers. Creative, effective, versatile. I mean, they really knew how to find the right moment last year to get the ball to an open teammate. And that's the key to having assists and leading the league in that category. Finding open teammates for good shots.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, a lot of the Spurs' success is because they are able to manage the cap so well. It comes from them getting their key players to take just a little less when they renew their contracts. Tony Parker explained, quote, "I think it's just the atmosphere here, the family atmosphere. For me personally, why I did it was because deep down in my heart, I know Pop will take care of me until the end of my career. Seems that it's worth a few extra dollars to have that kind of security, guys."
Great leadership from the top on down. And Doris credit the players for really buying in. Warriors leading by 3. Outside Williams. Leads him in there. Here's Ross. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Ross has got his first points of the night.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Jackson gets the bucket. 5 seconds left in the first half. Just 2 to shoot. Thornton. Parker outside. He dishes it to Thornton. Over Oladipo. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Thornton's got 9 points. Tony Parker just now entering his 30s. He's still got plenty of basketball, though, ahead of him.
Yeah, he started early, 19 years old, I think, when he came into the league, Kevin. So he's a guy that grew up under the direction and firm hand and sometimes hard hand of Greg Popovich, and now is thriving in an environment that's been championship caliber in every way.
From deep, Thornton, and it's Thornton again missing.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Well, a great rebounding small forward can give any team an X factor. Let's look at a few guys who have been playing that role over the course of the last month. LeBron James, number 1.
Well, there are some things he does very well on the perimeter, but in the paint, his rebounding is as impressive as anything else he does.
Yeah, there's a lot in this package. He does a lot of things. He gives you a little bit of everything, but it's his work on the glass, on the boards, his ability to battle down low. That's where he blows the league's other small forwards away.
Here's Wall. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys.
Parker outside. Lee. Lee with another miss. Now here's McLemore, covered by Parker. Back to Wall. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for Marcus Thornton. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Parker with the drive. He kicks it to Vucevic. Fields with it. 5 points in the game. A shot by Parker. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. And here's Wall. They lead by 7. One second left. No good on that last second attempt there. The third quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 7. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. LeBron James is out there with Luke, Richard, and Ba'amuta. Then there's Mo Williams. Then it's McLemore. And it's Davis in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
And Thornton kicks to Green. Dishes it to Lee. He's guarded by Mbamute. Lock at 6. A baseline J. And again, it's David Lee. Lee's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Parker against Williams. Back to Davis. Lee with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Parker's shot is off.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Feeds it to McLemore. Back to LeBron. Williams. Golden State moving it around. Here's Davis. Green with the rebound. Spurs trail by 5. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Thornton. Shot is no good.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Williams kicks to McLemore. Back to Williams. From the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Stoa's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And you know, guys, this is a basketball team that they faced in the conference semis last year and won that series. So there's some emotion here tonight. You can feel it out on the floor.
Williams passes to LeBron. Gives him the lead pass. And there's McLemore on the assist by LeBron.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
They definitely have the psychological upper hand, you could say.
That's for sure, and I think that will definitely fan the flames, Kevin.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. Despite the deficit, he told his guys, I've got confidence in you. We've had our backs against the wall before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, can they retake the lead?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Warriors leading by 5. Kicks to Oladipo. Back to LeBron. Pass to Wall. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, how about John Wall in this one? 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both.
Yeah, they seem to be looking for chances inside a little bit more this half.
And I love that mentality. You talked about it earlier, being the aggressor. It's the right way to play with the lead. Keep attacking.
Vucevic. It's good on the putback.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap in.
Hustle points, I believe they called it.
Had great instincts, too. Just anticipating where the ball is heading. Great job there, beating everybody else to the ball.
Here's Splitter. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fields can't get it to go.
Got a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
That's good.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
San Antonio making a switch here. Lee's checked in. .132 left to play here in the fourth. Parker against Wall. There's the dish to Thornton. 6 on the shot clock. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Now here's Wall. Shot, high post. It's rebounded by Vucevic.
Well, I think he kind of alligator-armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
The pass to Parker. The feed now to Lee. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And you could feel the crowd react as one.
Yeah, that side got him out of their seats and off their hands.
Guys, they just exploded when it went down.
Splitter defended by Vucevic. Splitter misses.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Pass to Thornton to tie it up. And it's Thornton again missing.
Oh, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
Connects! San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 5. 24 seconds left in the game. Here's Parker. Parker, right side. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Unloaded Davis. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Well, that's going to be it. Great work at the charity stripe. That'll close this game out.
Here's Parker with the 3. Knocks down the trifecta. And so they foul intentionally.
And that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Offline. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check.